Self improvement versus being enough. What's the difference and what should you do? This video will mainly be towards dating because a lot of guys, they wonder, like, when is self improvement enough? Why can't I be enough? All these kind of things ponder in your head. Here's my take on it. I think that when it comes to self improvement, and obviously the space right now is very cluttered. There's so much going on in this space, so many different kinds of opinions and everything, and strategies, and this and that. You know, you have to get yourself to a top 5% man, top 1% man, and it's a lot of bullshit right now. Um, so here's what I think ideally, and it's just my perspective, and it's all perspective really. It's just a video for you to just kind of wrap your own thoughts around it. So yeah. Okay. So there are guys out there in the world where they're skinny, they don't have any muscles, some are even fat too, some are balding, some are not as good looking, but they're getting girls, like they're dating, they're pulling. They haven't really done much self improvement as we know it to be. How is that? Me personally, this is my story. This is what I had to do. I did not naturally have the skills or the characteristics of a confident person. I used to be a really shy kid growing up. I was very skinny and I had a lot of insecurities. So I had to do self improvement to get to where I am today, not only to be successful in dating, but also in my career, in building other relationships, friendships, uh, and so forth. So, what I'm trying to say is there are guys out there in the world where they just have a naturally in them to um like they can just go out there in the world and just perform. They're just naturally good at it. Like they don't need self improvement to go out there in the world and do it. They're naturally just great at their careers or their purpose. They're naturally just good at talking to girls. They don't need self improvement to give them that extra boost of confidence or self reinforcement that hey, I can do this. Assurance, self assurance. They don't need it. They're good enough on their own. Whereas other guys, they kind of need to do the self improvement before they can go into, you know, other areas of their life, like dating or whatever. So, in my opinion, self improvement should only be done if you as an individual are really struggling in an area of your life. Um, and most likely, I mean, um, most definitely, it should be done for you. It's for yourself because it's something that you, and more times than not, self improvement is mostly mental. It's mostly mental. Like you don't need a 500-pound deadlift to get a girl. You don't need to be a super jacked individual to get girls. You don't need that. So self improvement really is a mental thing where if you have insecurities or if you have vices, like if you have a gambling problem, if you have some sort of addiction, if you are have a drug problem or you watch too much porn, whatever the case may be, that's where self improvement comes in. It's mostly mental. Um, Sometimes it could be a little bit more different. Yeah, like maybe you just have bad spending habits, or you're not that good with finances, so you need to improve there. Or it could be sometimes physical, like your health, um, like all these things, right? But when it comes to being like enough, um, really, like, there's only one you. You are unique. There's no other individual out there that could replace you. And us as individuals, we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't realize our potential, and we fall short of that. We don't try enough. Um, so it's really important to understand, like, as long as you are doing good, you're on the right track. You do the things, the necessary things, the right things. You have a good quality of life and everything. You really are enough. And if you're leading with honesty, you're being authentic, and you carry yourself well as a man, that's enough to get a girl. It really is. The right girl. It's important to identify what kind of girl you're dealing with and who you're going for. But as a guy, as long as you have those, that's the bare minimum. Like, if you have that, you really are enough. Now, sure, I mean, like, there are times when you would have to improve on certain things a little bit if you're too out of whack in certain areas. Like, if you're like, I'm just giving an example, like if you're like 350 pounds, or if you're super skinny as a twig, or you got some areas where you really should improve, then absolutely, like, you have to make yourself more attractive. But I'm not saying that you have to go to the extreme end, to where you're trying to become that top 1%, that top 5%, high value man, all that BS, you know. Um, like, there's limits to self improvement, and I think self improvement is more of a temporary journey. I think once, like you should come to a point of fulfillment, like where you're happy with the progress you've made, you're happy with the improvement you've done, and you should be content, and you should be like, okay, now it's enough. um but the main thing is that, like, yeah, like, you're improving, all the areas of your life, but you're just stuck, like, am I myself? Like, you might ask this question, like, why am I not enough? Why do I need to self improve? You're you got to just make sure that you're self improving for the right reasons. Like, it should mainly be for you. It should not be for others. It should be for you. When it comes to women, like, if you're just trying to, like, let's put it this way. Let's say you meet a girl and you're like, oh, I need to have this much amount of money and status and this and that. You're honestly just becoming a slave, because you're trying to fulfill her every need, her list of items, her requirements. She doesn't like you, bro. She just likes what you got to offer. So you're just making yourself more of a slave, by fulfilling her every single requirement. And if you're not doing this, you got to do that and this and that, and it's just not gonna work. Um, so you have to believe that you are enough, and if you are going to self improve, it's for the right reasons and it's for yourself. That's the point I'm trying to make. Self improvement is is a short-term thing. It could be long-term too, but what I mean is that it's a temporary thing. It should not just be like, oh, I'm on self-improvement and it's a lifelong journey. It's not. We all enter different stages of our lives. So obviously it depends on what stage you are going to be in, or what you are already in, what phase and whatnot. That all depends. However, if you do need to do self-improvement, you have to know why you're doing it and what for, you know? Um, and yeah, but like when it comes to women, you should really believe that you are good for her, good enough for her, that you yourself offer enough, you bring enough to the table. Of course, like, we can all look to be better, strive to be better. We can all make a little bit more money. We can all, you know, try to upgrade our lifestyle and, you know, move from a small place to a little bigger place, a nicer neighborhood, a nicer country, or whatever the case may be. We all want good things in our lives. No one wants to downgrade. Everyone wants to upgrade to a better quality of life if they could. However, at the end of the day, you need to believe you are enough. Your personality, how you carry yourself, your morals, your ethics, the type of person you are, your character speaks a lot more. And that's my main point. Now, if you lack in those qualities, that's mostly mental. That's where you could do the self-improvement. But if you believe you've got it already, then that's perfect. If not, work towards those things. But like, you yourself are enough as a person. For some women, that's not going to be the case. And you just have to come to reality with that. Like, some will want you to make more money. Some will want you to be more this, more that. Every woman is different. But at the end of the day, like, now obviously you have to be realistic, like I was saying earlier. Like, you can't expect to be 300 pounds, 400 pounds, expecting to date a dime piece. Like, that's just not going to happen, right? Sure, you might have the best personality in the world, but I mean, come on. However, if you're an average guy, let's say you're 5'8", you make $50K a year, you're working on your confidence, and you're decently fit. You're not obese, but you're also not super skinny. You are enough. All you have to do is just take some opportunities to go out, meet more women, talk to them. Sure, like with some girls, you're gonna have to be a little bit more gamey. You're gonna have to work on your riz a little. Sure, that's just the game. But there are good quality women out there that will accept you for who you are. Trust me. As long as you can carry yourself well and you're not faking anything, you're being yourself, you're being real, authentic, and be honest, with your intentions and what you want. Say it like it is. Don't be afraid of losing her with your honesty. And even if she walks away, let her walk away. That's not your loss. That's her loss. You did the right thing. Do the right thing regardless of how you feel. And regardless of how they feel. Do the right thing. Always. But yeah, hope you guys kind of got the message that I was trying to say in this video. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe for more. And if you'd like to hop on a one-on-one call with me, link will be in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Go out there and get what you want.